All right, welcome back to People of Mulgrave. I'm here with Marla, and you're here to talk a little bit about your personal project.
Yes.
Do you want to kind of introduce what you've been working on for the last while, I'm sure?
Yeah, so having been fortunate myself to spend multiple family holidays in Africa, and with the elephant being my favorite animal, I felt compelled to get actively involved in the protection of elephants because I found out about elephant endangerment a while ago. And so my personal project has been working on raising awareness and funds for endangered elephants in Africa.
Cool. So any country in particular, or?
Yes, so I've established a partnership with Relate organization, and they provide myself with beaded bracelets. And the funds, the profits made from the fundraisers go towards an elephant conservation in Kenya.
In Kenya. And so kind of start to finish, how does that happen? Who are the bracelets made by, and how do they kind of end up in your possession?
So the bracelets are made by elderly women living in townships in South Africa. And the bracelets are then, and they work with Relate. Relate is a nonprofit organization. And Relate then collects those bracelets, and they ship the bracelets to myself in Canada. And the money made from the bracelets goes towards over 82 causes which Relate supports, majority of those causes being towards elephant endangerment, and also goes towards supporting the elderly women. And then the profits that I make from the fundraisers then go towards the conservation, which I've personally chosen in Kenya.
Of course. So what about the elephant makes it your favorite animal?
Oh, good question. I think it's the beauty, and for me personally, it's being able to see elephants in their natural habitats, which make it so special. And I think really having that opportunity to see that just really changes the whole perspective of things, and being able to then interact, go out and just see them wander in the natural habitat, and then finding out about ivory consumption and humans destroying their habitats and us interfering with that beauty and that nature. I think that's just what motivated me to get involved, and I've always loved elephants, so there's nothing that really describes it.
So what have been some of the big challenges or major challenges that you faced, or maybe things that you didn't expect to face going into this? Is there anything that's come up that was kind of a surprise to you, or things that you've really had to kind of work through?
I think the biggest challenge of this whole process was piecing all the little things together to then work towards that end fundraiser and that end goal. And also communication was key throughout all of this. And I think what I've really learned from this project is being able to communicate with people and just being on top of communication. And I thought was the biggest challenge for me, was making sure that the progress was moving forward, because it doesn't move forward by itself, is to make sure you keep the project rolling and then get to your end result.
So what are your plans? I mean, obviously this sounds like something that's pretty big, and something that I assume you're not just going to kind of abandon once you submit your personal project. So what's your vision of where this project could potentially go, or where you want to take it?
Well, my goal after this project in the long term is to set up my own nonprofit organization. And this nonprofit would be called Project Tembo, Tembo being elephant in Swahili. And what I want to do is then be able to receive products from lots of different suppliers in South Africa who make bracelets or different handcrafted elephant keychains, and then sell those here in Vancouver. But my main goal and purpose is to just raise awareness about the issue. So I'm in contact with Jules, who's a 15-year-old girl in South Africa who's saving rhinos, and she set up her own nonprofit organization as well. And so she inspired me to then get started with this, and hopefully, it's in the process right now, but hopefully I'll be able to set up my own nonprofit.
So as someone who's part of the Mulgrave community, what can I do here to actually help you grow this project? What are some of the things that we can do as the entire Mulgrave community to support something like this?
Some of the things you can do is really just to raise awareness about the issue. I mean, that's the main goal, is to stop people from buying ivory, because you have the issue of supply and demand, right? The more people who buy ivory, the more demand there is for ivory. So I think really it's just raising awareness amongst the community and to let people know that an elephant actually needs to be killed in order for us to get the ivory and this beautifully carved ornament that you have in your home. So I think it's raising awareness about that and really letting everyone know that it's an issue and it's a real problem that elephants are facing right now.
Awesome. Well, it sounds like a really cool initiative and a big one at that. So congratulations on all the work you've done, and I'm sure that we'll see even more from you in the near future. Is there any advice maybe that you can leave us with someone that's maybe younger students going into their personal project as to how to kind of, you know, start, how to find some inspiration? Because it sounds like you've really found something that you care a lot about. So
I think the main advice I would give to younger generations coming into personal project is to really pursue something they love, something they're very passionate about, and just go through with it. I also recommend that you stay on top of your process journals because that will definitely help you once you get to the end of your project. And time management is also key. So doing something you love and really just setting your goal and trying to achieve it as you go.
Awesome. So can you leave us with how far have you gotten so far in regards to raising money and the goals that you've set?
So far, I've been able to present at middle school, the town hall, and a junior school assembly and the lunchtime lecture here as well. And that was my raising awareness portion of the project. And in terms of funds, that was the fundraisers and any additional donations coming in to my online website. So in total, I've managed to raise $5,275 US. And the page is still open. It's my own website. It's still running. So hopefully I'll be able to host more fundraisers at different schools in Vancouver, which is actually what I'm looking at doing next. Okay. And then, of course, setting up my own nonprofit, which is also in the middle stages, but it's definitely harder than it sounds. So
what is your website that we can kind of send everyone to?
It's quite a long link, but it's CrowdRise, and it's called Operation Tembo.
Operation Tembo.
Yes,
awesome.
Operation Tembo on CrowdRise, and then you can make donations on the website and see what the project's about.
Awesome. Well, we'll definitely look out for it, and hopefully maybe we'll sit down again in the coming months to see what kind of progress you've made. So thanks so much for joining us on People in Mulgrave, and we'll hopefully see you very soon.
Thank you, for sure. Congrats. Thank you so much.